When you go to the British Columbia Aviation Museum, be sure to visit the Avro Anson. Volunteers spent an estimated 50,000 hours rebuilding this aircraft. It's a fine example of the twin-engine trainer used most widely by the Royal Canadian Air Force during the Second World War. Its predictable, docile behavior earned the nickname Faithful Annie. Designed in the early 1930s as a 6-passenger commercial aircraft, it entered military service with the Royal Air Force in 1936 and in 1939 with the RCAF. Early in 1939, an urgent need became apparent for trained air crews and the aircraft in which to train them. Between 1940 and 45, as part of the British Commonwealth Air Training Plan, more than 150 schools were established across Canada. Not only pilots trained on the Anson, but also navigators, gunmen, and wireless operators. Parts for the first training Ansons were shipped from England and assembled here in Canada. When the British could no longer supply all the required airframes and engines, 5 factories were set up to produce them here, for the largest wartime aircraft construction program in Canada. When the war ended, dozens of these aircraft were abandoned. Some were bought by farmers just for the wheels or the fuel remaining in the tanks. Parts were strewn all over Western Canada. This Faithful Annie landed with the Fort St. John Legion, barely recognizable with no wings, no tail and rudder. When the Legion abandoned the rebuild, she was given to the museum and 8 years of hard work began. Missing parts were discovered on the prairies or fabricated by volunteers. In 2004, the Avro Anson was ready for display. Visit this famous aircraft and many others at the BC Aviation Museum at YYJ.